Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of MagicReview.com. Today, bam, MC Sandwich by Mickael Chatelain is how us Yanks would say it. It's probably more like Mickael Chatelain or something like that. Anywho, 2.5 star stone status of Grubble. I might change my mind slightly by the end of this review. We'll see. Because here's the thing, the effects that you see on the video, they are that clean looking. They do look really good, and the gimmick is pretty clever. The problem is, if you are looking at it at the wrong angle or the wrong light, it sticks out like a sore thumb what the gimmick is. Now I'm going to show the card on the screen right now, and I really am not trying to expose the gimmick, and I hope that I don't. Let me just see here. Okay, you are staring at the gimmick right now, and it's right in your face if you were to be looking from the side angle here. So in other words, I'm not going to let you see that, but I'm going to get a different card. But if this were the gimmick card and you were looking from this angle, you would see the gimmick. Also lighting conditions, if it's a well-lit place, you're going to see the gimmick. So if you're in a situation where you can perform with the cards way, like you can't see what I'm doing here, but way down here, and they're looking down on the cards, and nobody's looking at the side, then they will not see the gimmick. I don't think. I performed this twice, or I should not twice, but for 2 different people, and they were sitting in 2 different angles. One was sitting sort of here, but the other one was standing and kind of looking this way. They both saw the gimmick, and that's their comment. They're like, "Yeah, it's gotta." And he even guessed what the gimmick was, and he was right. One of them. So to me, it's a little too risky. Now I know you probably didn't see it. Looking in the viewfinder, I didn't see it in the viewfinder when I just showed it to you. But it's pretty blatant, and you certainly could not let anybody touch these cards or handle these cards. But man, just the wrong angle of the light, and it's all over. Now, if you work in dark places, and you know that you can work with people looking way down, like directly above, and you can guarantee they'll never get any kind of a, like again, one of the people that was looking at it saw it kind of at this angle, and they saw it. I was more afraid of this angle, but they saw this angle. He was standing up. I mean, you're standing, and you got a good downward vision of the cards, and they still saw the gimmick. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. If you couldn't see the gimmick, if it wasn't as clear, and I know of a way that they could have done this gimmick that would have prevented this problem, but I'm not sure why they didn't do it that way. But I can't say much without exposing it. Anyway, bottom line is, if you feel that you can have those perfect performing conditions for this effect, and you'll be happy with the tricks you can do with it, because it's pretty, the method is very clear, other than that one big problem of being able to see the gimmick. So that's why I have a hard time giving this a good rating. I gave it a 2.5 stars with stone status of Grubble. I'm going to keep the Grubble rating, but I'm thinking of moving it up to 3 stars, because if the methods, or excuse me, the method is pretty clever and it's very easy to do. And if you have the right performing conditions, the effects do look as good as they show on the trailer. So now, on to one of the big annoyances of this DVD. For the first time ever, I'm going to unmount my camera, which is really just my iPhone sitting on top of my iMac. That's it. That's all I use. But I'm going to take it down. I'm going to show you the DVD menu because, man, this was annoying. Let me just flip it around here. I guess I have to... I don't know how to do this. Let's just go like that, I guess. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so take a look at the menu here. And you'll see that in the first one here, it's Material, which I'm assuming is French. Then it says Stuff. Le Secret, then The Secret, and so forth. If I were to click the push the play button right now, right there, it would actually, just be the same as this one here, and it starts here and it plays the French version. So to play the English version, I have to navigate the cursor up to here, push the play button down here, and then when I'm done, what'll happen is it'll come back to this menu, and the play all button will be highlighted again. So then I got to navigate back up, and then I got to push the button again, and then I have to go through that the whole time. And keep in mind that I've got 2 full pages of menu here that I've got to do this on. So, sorry about that weird camera moment there. That was extremely, extremely annoying. It made for a difficult watching process. Also, while he's teaching, there's loud music over his voice. I mean, he's got a pretty thick accent, but you can understand him well enough. And so the material's taught well enough. But that menu thing, you know, and I appreciate that it's a French DVD that he made into English. I get that. But if you're going to make it in a second language, just make it to where it's user-friendly at least. Most of the time they'll have, play all English, play all French, play all Spanish or whatever. This did not have a play all English that I could find. Anyway, that said, for I think it's $35 you get all this. That's a little pricey considering the quality of the packaging. They probably didn't cost them squat to make this. And considering that the DVD is not exactly the highest quality production. And the gimmicks you get, I mean, they're probably handmade, but they're not that difficult to make. So $35 is a little pricey. So I think I'm going to stick with my 2.5 stars stone status of Grubble. But I will say this. If you have the right lighting conditions and you know that you can get your spectators to only look straight down, and I'm looking straight down at it right now, and the gimmick is staring at me right in the face. So it's the lighting, I guess, is the big issue. The angles are all, that's the problem. You got to play with this thing and figure out what are all the possible angles. And to me, it's just not worth the risk, and I think it's too dangerous. You're gonna expose it inadvertently, is what I'm afraid of. So for all those reasons, I can't give it more than a 2.5 star status with a stone status of Grubble. So enough of that. Let's move on to the random iTunes song of the moment. And today we have, man, it's been country lately. Oh, this is a bummer now. Okay.
I was out on the West Coast.
Phantom 309. It's a great truck driving song. It's more of a talking over music kind of thing. Speaking of, that's what we had on this DVD. But this kind's not the annoying kind. The problem is that the best version of that is by the guy who I believe wrote it is Red Sovine. This version is by Ferlin Husky, who I'm a big fan of Ferlin Husky, but he doesn't do the song like Red Sovine does the song. Red Sovine's way better. Check that. I'm going to put a link to that because you got to hear it. It's a great story. Regardless of whether you like country music or not, this is more about a great story. So listen to the whole thing. If you've never heard Phantom 309, you've got to watch the video. Listen to it's going to be a video, but it probably won't have video. It'll probably just be lyrics on the screen or something. But you got to listen to it. It's a beautiful. It's one of those ones where at the end you're like, oh, whoa, where'd that come from? Really cool stuff. Anyway, that's it for me, folks. I'll see you on the next review video, which I have no idea what I'm going to do next. I'm thinking of doing this one right here, Magical Vision, Eugene Berger. I've already watched it, but I need to watch it again because I didn't read the ad copy when I watched it first, and when I watched it, I was expecting something a little different. So I need to reread the ad copy, then watch it again and see if it lives up to what the expectations of the ad copy were. That's why I need to rewatch it. Anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm out of here. See you in the next video. Peace and out.